Okay, so in the last video, we went over how to build the first two parts of this system, which was this and this. Okay. And today we're gonna go over the last part, which is the actual carousel generation. This is the part that will actually take the content that's in the deep research and will actually turn it into the carousel. Okay, so I'm gonna just simply start off where we left, which was here. So here there's the one second. Please don't fall. Okay. Here's where we left off last time. We had appended something to the sheet here, which I'm just gonna open that sheet. We had gotten the technical mastery with multi-agent automation with Cloud Code, and we had put in this Gemini deep research report, which for some reason I was in the trash. Um, okay, so the important thing to note is that we have chosen correct Google Drive, right, to put that in. So as long as that's the right drive, we should be able to get started with this one. So for me, that was my YouTube Google Drive. So you can see it's here, the Gemini Deep Research um, report. Oh, there's two. That's why it was in the trash. Okay. I want to make sure this is the one that's in the not in the trash. Yeah, okay. And so it's in the right drive, right? This is all you need to make sure about because the first what we're gonna go with the first node in this workflow is gonna be a Google Drive trigger node on file created. So I'm gonna go to Drive here, and then you go down to triggers, and you're gonna look for file created. So you can go on changes to a specific, sorry, it's changes involving a specific folder. Okay, and we're gonna look for a file. It's gonna check every minute, but basically we're looking for a file that's created. So from list, my folder is called YouTube, this one here. But you can also just copy this, go here, go by ID, and just paste that ID in. And you're gonna watch for file created. Okay. Now there's the one thing I wanna mention is that this could be populated with other things as I'm putting PDFs and stuff. So the one way to tell what file we're looking for is we're looking for a Google Doc. So I'm gonna add option, and the file that I'm gonna put it set as Google Doc. Okay, and I'm gonna bring this here, and I'm also just gonna go ahead and press select that all and press P, which will pin all of that data so that we don't have to if we have to reuse something, it's already there. So if I execute this workflow, you can see it's gotten this, and the file that it's got is this one. This is the web view link. So if I open this, technical architecture and implementation of multi-agent and workflow. So it's got the right file. It's the most recent creation that it's picked it up. So that's the Google Drive trigger. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna download this file. So again, go to Google Drive, go here, download file, and we'll download it by we're gonna go by ID, and we're looking for the ID in this. Okay, we're looking for the ID in this. Um, it's not this one. It's not. It's this one here. It's this one. So basically, the way to tell is if you just collapse everything. So you just fold everything in like this. We're looking for the very main ID. So we'll fold this, fold this, fold this, fold capabilities. So you see this ID here, which is not inside anything. It's purely the data from the Google Drive trigger. So we're looking for this ID. Where is it? Where to go? Here. Drag that there and drop it in. Now we're gonna add a Google file conversion. So for Google Docs, we're gonna turn it into a PDF. Okay, the rest don't matter because we're not gonna have any of those types anyways. So now if I pin this and I execute this, you can see it's given us the Gemini research report in the form of a PDF. And the reason we're doing that is because the next node is going to be an extract from file. Because we can't extract the text from the Google Docs node because when it downloads it, it's not in a format that we can actually parse. So to be able to parse it, we're going to do this, which is basically how we convert it to a PDF. That was the main goal of this. So I'll pin this. Now I'll go to extract from file, and we're going to go to extract from PDF. You see how PDF is there, but there's no option for Google Docs, which is why we had to convert it to a PDF. Extract from PDF, this is fine. Execute this step. And now, as you can see, we have all of the text from within the PDF. All of the text. This is all the text. Perfect. So we'll pin that. Okay. Now, this is the part that we want to feed into an LLM. So I'm going to go here, but because we want to have a specific output we want to have a specific output style, which is JSON. So if we want a JSON output, we're going to search for LLM chain, and you're going to see basic LLM chain, and you're going to click on that. Now, this is what it's going to tell you. And so we need to connect a few things. First, change this to define below. And the user message from this is this text. So I'm going to just pass in the text as the user message of this. I'm going to add a prompt, a system prompt, which will be it'll be below, but I'll just show it to you now in case you want to take a screenshot or you want to type it in yourself. Here's what it looks like. So the user will provide research on document titled this. That title isn't really important because it's a Gemini Deep research report. What would be better is if this was the title, then it would make more sense, and that would happen automatically in the previous workflow. But anyways, it will do that. So it will get the title. Your task is to write 3 distinct LinkedIn posts and extract different high-value insights from the research. You have constraints. We have writing style and guidelines, tone markers, post 1 differentiation, output, sample correct output, post 1, post 2, post 3. Okay? And now the next thing we want to do is go ahead and see where it says require specific output format. You're going to toggle that on. Now we have these 2 things to connect to it. So here for the model, I'm going to go ahead and just connect to it a Gemini 3 or Gemini 2.5 Pro. So I'll go Google Gemini chat model. I'll go for 2.5 Pro instead of 2.5 Flash. Okay. 2.5 Pro is great. It's fine. It does good with JSON. It can do good output in terms of the JSON structure. And then here we're going to have an output parser. So what you connect there is something called a structured output parser. So you press the plus and you see the structured output parser. And you're going to generate from JSON schema. And the schema that you're going to need to use is also going to be in the description, but it's very short, so you could type it yourself if you wanted to. I'll show it to you right now. It's just this. So type object properties, post 1, string, description, post 2 is a string, post 3 is a string, require post 1, post 2, post 3. That's it. That's the whole JSON schema right there. There's nothing else to it. That's pretty much all we got to do. So now if I go ahead and I'm gonna run this fully from the start, I run it. It's got the file. The name is now technical architecture and implementation of multi-agent and n8n workflows using Cloud Code and Model Context Protocol. Very long. Fed it in here. This is now going to generate for us the 3 posts that we need. Okay, so it's going to output 3 posts just now. All right, so if I come here, you can see it's outputted post 1, post 2, and post 3. Now I've specified what I like in each of those over here, but you can obviously change it for yourself. So I'm gonna just now, I'm gonna pin this all. I'm gonna open a set node here, and we're just pretty much gonna extract those. So we're gonna say this is post 1, this is post 2, and this is post 3. Okay, perfect. Now these are not yet in the form of being able to be turned into a carousel because there isn't um, any structure to these yet. It's pretty much just text. So that's what we don't want. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go here. I'm gonna do another LLM chain. Okay, basic LLM chain. I'll put it here, and I'll rename this to carousel creator. Okay, and we'll duplicate it. So we have another one, and we'll do another one because we're gonna do 3 carousels. So if you're gonna have 5 carousels, you do 5 of these. If you're gonna have 4, you do 4. If you're gonna have 10, you do 10. All right, so this is gonna be here. This is gonna connect to here, and connect to here. Okay, perfect. The chat model that we'll use is I'm going to use Gemini 2.5 Pro mainly because actually, you know what we'll do is we'll go in here, we'll turn on require specific output format and enable fallback model. Do the same for this one, do the same for the one below. Require output format and enable fallback model. And then, so for the main model, we're going to go with Gemini 3 Pro. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to look for Gemini 3 Pro. Gemini 3 Pro preview. Okay, and I'm going to connect all 3 models to this one. This will just be our standard chat model. Okay, this will be our standard chat model. I'll just duplicate this. And for the fallback model, we will use 2.5 Pro. Okay, just in case this model fails, we'll use 2.5 Pro. So connect the fallback model, and the fallback model all to that one. All right, and this one I'll put it down here. Now for the output parser. So I'm gonna do something because I want you to be able to understand. I don't want to do the output parser right now. I want you to understand why we need it the way we need it. So I'll first do this so that you can see the connection and the relationship between the two. So for example, what we're gonna do is let's prompt this one just so you can get an understanding. So I'm gonna delete these two for now. I'm gonna do define below. I'm gonna say expression, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna put these two this, and I'm gonna put LinkedIn underscore post. Okay, and we're gonna just go ahead and put in post 1, and then I'm gonna say the research doc. Okay, and extract from file text is gonna go there. Okay, now I'll add prompt. So here's where a lot of this stuff needs to happen. A lot of it is gonna happen here. So this system prompt for this one is I'm gonna go to expression, and I'm gonna again, you'll have access to this. Basically what I've said is you're a carousel director. You get a LinkedIn post and a research doc, deep dive report uses to extract data, step, technical, whatever. The 6-slide universal narrative structure, slide 1, slide 2, and slide 3. Okay, So it's gonna output slide 1 big, slide 1 small, slide 2 header, slide 2 body, slide 3 header, slide 3 body. You're probably wondering what this all is. I'm gonna show you right now what that all of that means. Okay? So if I open my Google Drive, here is a LinkedIn carousel. Okay? It looks like this. It says slide 1 big, slide 1 small is down there. Slide 2 header, slide 2 body, slide 3 header. This is a normal Google Slides. Like it's literally, you just go to Google Slides or you use the one that I'll put these in the description so you can use them. But you basically go there and you just replace all the text with this stuff. Slide 1 small, and you just put the curly brackets in, you just type it in, and it's gonna look like this obviously because this is just text. What we're gonna have the n8n flow do, it's gonna go look for this text. It's gonna come to the presentation, look for slide 4 underscore big underscore stat. It's gonna look for what it knows should be there, and it's gonna swap the text. So this is gonna become the actual text. So, but all you gotta do is literally just type this in. Like just type it in like this, and you can type in like whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Slide 3 header or type in point 3 or type in, you could type in even there, hey Gemini, write it here. It doesn't matter because we're gonna reference this directly. I'm just using it as a in the variable, it looks like a variable just to make it easier for you to understand. Okay, so now we have this, which is LinkedIn Carousel 2. So this is supposed to be for the second post, just because I want to keep it, arranged well. So this will be post 2, okay? And so I'll just go ahead and put it down here with the second one and move this one up there. Okay, so this now we have this, which is your template. This is your template, right? You have your template there. We need to copy this. We need to copy this. We need to make a copy of this because we don't want to change the text in actual template. Because if we change the text to what the title is actually supposed to be, which is, let's say, how to use MCPs in n8n. If we change this, then we will no longer have a template. So we need to copy the template and change the text in the copy and keep the template for all the other posts we're going to be making. It's going to need the template. So we're going to have to make a copy. So we'll go and I'm going to put a plus here and I'm going to go to Drive and I'm going to go to copy file. Copy file, copy file. Okay, copy file. And I'm going to put the ID. So I'm going to go by ID. I'm going to go here. I'm going to grab this ID, which is this one FAY until the next slash. Copy it, paste it in there. Okay. And the file name, I'm going to just call it presentation 1, just for the sake of this. And we're turning on copy in the same folder. We don't necessarily have to do that, right? Because that'll copy it in the folder this is in. Instead, I want it to copy into my YouTube folder. So I'm gonna have it copy into my YouTube folder. Okay. Now, what's gonna happen, or you can see what I've requested from this LLM is this structure. Will it follow it? Probably not. How do we make sure it follows it? With the structured output parser. So I'm gonna go to structured output parser and I'm gonna basically paste in exactly what I told that LLM, but now in the form of a schema. Remember how we had big, header, we had big, we had small, we had header, we had body, right? All that stuff. Basically this, slide 1 big, slide 1 small, slide 2 header, 2 body, 3 header, 3 body. This is exactly what I told in the prompt. All the output parser does is it forces the LLM to actually output it in that format that we've requested for it to be in that format. So that's the only reason that we have an output parser, is just to be able to do stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to put the output parser here just because it kind of, well, it basically connects these to these. Now, I'll run the whole thing. This is going to go ahead and it's going to make the carousel outline for us in header and slide one big and slide one small. Basically, it's gonna make this, but just as text. So we'll see what slide one big is supposed to be. We'll see what slide one small is supposed to be. And then we will replace the text. Not us. I mean, n8n will do it, but it will replace the text. That's the main idea. That's like the main idea behind this entire thing. So you can see this model failed. 3 Pro preview. It says service unavailable, try again later, or consider setting this one to restart automatically. Whatever. That's the reason that we set up a fallback model so that it doesn't just error. So this worked, but as you can see, it says model output doesn't fit the required format. Big, small, header, body. And we look at what did we request from the output parser. Slide one big, slide one small, slide two header, slide one big, slide one small, slide two header, slide. So what was the output? Slide one big, slide one small. Is your agent a single point of failure or resilient? So slide 6 CTA, slide one big, slide one small, slide two header, slide two body, slide 3, slide 4, slide 5, step 1, 2, 3, slide 6, call to action. Okay, well, I'm not entirely sure what the issue was, so I'll just go to here and I'm gonna say continue using error output. Because it looks like the output parser is matching perfectly with what came from the system. All right, well, it looks like it ran, and it ran successfully as well. So that's great. Okay, so now look at what this gave us. Slide one big. Stop building monolithic AI agents. Single agent architecture is a guaranteed recipe for failure. Stuff 10 tools into one agent across prompt confusion, infinite loops, and debugging nightmares. Pretty good post. Okay, so now I'll go here. I'll execute this step. And if I go into my YouTube drive, you should see pop up presentation one. This is just a copy of the template. All this is a copy of the templates, right? The copy of this template, we copied it into the YouTube drive as called presentation one. Now we're going to replace all the text. So I'm going to show you how we do that. You're going to go to plus here. You go to slides, Google Slides, and go to replace text in a presentation. The presentation ID is the one of the copy, not the original. We want to replace the copy, okay? And what we'll do is we'll say add text, search for. What was the first one we had? I'm gonna just split the view with this tab so you can see both. What did we have here? Slide one big. So search for slide one big, make sure it's fixed, and replace with, now the replace is gonna be the expression. So carousel creator, we don't have anything coming on this side, so I can just change this. Slide one big, the description is gonna go here. Okay? Add text, slide one small. Make sure it's fixed. Slide one small was this one. We'll put it there. Add text, description. This is slide two header. Okay. Add text, slide two body. And that will be replaced with this. All right, we'll add text, slide three header, and we'll replace it with this. We'll add text, slide three body. Make sure it matches exactly. Slide three body will go there. Add text, slide four big stat. This was just supposed to be a big statistic. That was the idea. 1,000+ nodes is the big stat in this case. Slide four context. I'm gonna just continue this whole thing 1 second. Okay, anyways, the last thing is this CTA. So that's the last one I'm gonna put in is slide six CTA. And right there. Okay, perfect. Now, I want you to see what happens when I run this. Okay, I'm gonna run this one replace text node. Okay. Boom. All the text has officially changed just like that. And that is the one in the Google Drive. Okay. So just like that, you have now officially got your split text done. And so what we have here is the actual presentation. This is the presentation. So what you need to do now is, for example, I'll show you another one we have. So let me just split this view, separate views. You can make a bunch of these, right? You can make a bunch of these. Here's another one that I have, my LinkedIn template 3. Okay, title slide, slide 1, slide 5, slide 6, slide 7. Simple one, nothing crazy. Here's another one I have. My favorite one I think is this one. You see? So all we do is we go into this thing here, okay? You go to plus, you go to drive, you press copy file. Okay, you copy by ID. So for example, I want to do this one here. I go grab the ID, which is until that, from that, this slash after D until the slash before edit. You copy that, you paste it here. File name, we'll call this presentation. Actually, this is presentation 1. This one is actually presentation 2. But anyways, that's fine. So we'll just name it this one 2 for now. Okay. You connect this up here. Now we look at this structure of this one, the one we want to do, And you see how it's title slide, and then slide one title, slide one body, slide two title, slide two body, slide three title, slide three body, whatever, whatever, until seven, and slide CTA. Okay, so that tells me exactly what I need to do in terms of the output parser. Yeah, in terms of the output parser. So here, we would obviously just keep define below expression. I would say here is the well, actually what I can do is just copy this, right? The LinkedIn post and the research document is here. I add a prompt for the system. This is going to be not the same as the last system prompt because this is a new carousel. So here I'm saying your whatever, return only valid JSON. Here we have title slide. Then we have slide one title, slide one body, slide two title, slide two body, because that's the format of this one, right? We don't want to have the same as this one because we already have that one replaced. So now this is for a new one, right? So we'll have that. And so we're going to create also a new structured output parser for this one. So we'll go here, output parser, structured output parser from JSON schema, paste it in. See, same thing as before, but now obviously title and body instead of big and small because it's a new carousel. Put this here. I'll delete this for a second. I'll run this. It's gonna do all this. I'm gonna have to set up another replace text, but that one is gonna be a different one because it's obviously gonna be a different carousel, not the same one as the first one that we had. So the same way we had this, but now what would I be looking for? I wouldn't be looking for one big. I would be looking for title. I wouldn't be looking for one small. I would be looking, okay, so I would be looking for title. I'll be looking for one title and one body instead of one small and one big. That's the difference, right? So this has given us slide, one title, one body, two title, two body, three title, three body. We have all this. I'm gonna just duplicate this here, and I'm gonna just now change the formatting. All right, so I've just changed the formatting. I've got slide one title, slide one body, slide two title, and I've just changed all the formatting. So I'm gonna just pin this and I'm gonna pin this. And now we go look at YouTube. Okay, as you can see, it's not there because this is copying the same folder. So I'll turn that off and I want to copy it into my YouTube folder. We'll call it presentation 2. Perfect. I'll unpin this data. I'll run this. You should see presentation 2 will be added to this folder, and it will go ahead and do the replace text. So you see we have presentation 2 right here. And I know it looks like title slide, but that's because that's the template. But now when you click on it and it loads in properly, you can see it's loaded in our actual full-on presentation, right? Got a full presentation here. So now what you would do is you could set up a third one, right? I have a third one here. My third LinkedIn carousel is this one here, right? Orange, black, it's just a carousel. So you do the same thing as before, you just set it up with the output parser to match the presentation. Now you can also use mine, it'll all be in the description, so you can just copy the whole thing. And then you have this here and you have this here. Now what you notice is this wrote us a post. Okay, this wrote us a post. So what I would recommend now we do is I'll pin these, I'll pin this, and we'll go here press the plus, go to Drive, Google Drive, go to um, we're looking for upload a file, create file from text. Okay, create file from text, and I'll call this post 2. And the reason I'm calling it post 2 is because it's gonna match. I'm gonna put this in YouTube. YouTube, there we go. Okay, create from text, convert to Google document, turn that on, execute this step. I go to my drive. Hold on, let it tick. Go to my drive. I have presentation 2 and I have post 2. If I open post 2, I have the post ready for LinkedIn. Stop building monolithic AI agents. I open presentation 2. I have a matching carousel to upload with a post. So just like that, that's how you go from YouTube ideas to with signaled pain points and actual solutions to real problems to deep research on that topic, the one that you chose, all the way to a LinkedIn post ready for posting with a carousel. So all you gotta do, I'll put the full flow in the description, and I'll also attach another version of this flow just for you guys to look at in the description, which is this one. Now, this one has a Telegram trigger, so you understand when everything is ready for you to upload, and you just have it all in Telegram, so you can download it and post it yourself. But yeah, that's the full thing. I hope you liked it. See you in the next one.